It's Orzhov Clerics deck on Menacing MTG today. Hey, this is a standard deck, and I recorded some games on the ladder, ranked standard. I haven't been doing that at all lately. Just been cranking out decks, but wanted to see how this Clerics deck would fare. It's interesting, mostly small stuff, but some life gain and some removal and throw in a couple Luris, and it seems pretty competitive. So I just want to show you what this deck is, and I think I'll start by showing you the creatures that are not clerics, which I think are very, very limited. As a matter of fact, I think it's only Luris. So we have two of these Luris in here, and they're instrumental because if you have 4 mana, you bring this on, you can bring a 1 drop back on the same turn. You know, that's the optimum way to use Luris here because, it can be removed. It's only got a 2 toughness, but at least if you do that, what happens is you get value. You get the Luris on the board, which is a target, and you get another creature on the board, and then they come in and remove, and you still get one thing on the board, and they waste a removal. So, yeah, that's immensely satisfying and helpful. So there is some removal in here. I'll go to that next. All right, we have 4 Bloodchief's Thirst. Okay, right there. This is perfect for this kind of deck. Can remove small stuff. Can use the kick to get rid of big stuff, planeswalkers and creatures. We have 2 Dire Tactics. Okay, exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to the creature's toughness. Now, that does happen sometimes, but there's quite a few humans in here, including tokens made with Castle Ardenvale. Okay, but there are quite a few humans. Let's take a quick glance at that. Human Cleric, 1. Human Cleric, 3. Human Cleric, 7. Human Cleric, 8. Human Cleric, 10. I think we got a lot of Vampire Clerics too. That might be it. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So what did I say? 10, 12, something like that. That's a pretty good amount of human clerics. So Dire Tactics, more likely than not, you're not going to have to eat the toughness and damage to your life with this. And it's a great 2-drop, potent, kill anything, exile anything, no less, which is helpful at times too. Then we have a Soul Shatter, which is another amazing card. So the opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Okay, so there's that 5 of those total removals, and then we have 1 extinction event. 4-drop, exile odd or even converted mana cost creatures. Great card. You'll see this in action, I'm pretty sure, in a couple of these games. That's one of my favorite cards to use. Really, such a potent card in any deck with black in it. And you can play it in multicolored decks. It only requires 1 black and 3 of whatever mana. So that's a great thing. Okay, so now we do have also, let's see here. I wanted to point out that, we have ways to get creatures back. Of course, I mentioned Luris, which when he's on the board, you can bring back, each turn you can bring back any 1 permanent that has a converted mana cost of 2 or less. 2 of those on the board. And then we have 2 Call of the Death Dweller. And this is just, so those 2 things are really important in this deck because they don't return things to your hand. They return things directly to the battlefield. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, first of all, that's a great thing. But second of all, we have 4 Archfiend's Vessel in here, and this is a thing. Okay, this guy dies. You can even sack him with Village Rites, which I'll get to shortly, and then bring him back with Vito or Call of the Death Dweller, and he's a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. Okay, 4 of these in the deck, so you can intentionally kill him. Like if you had Luris on the board, you have this guy on the board. You can attack with him. If he's blocked, so be it. He gains you life. Use bring him right back, and he's a 5/5. So a huge impact right there. So then beyond that, let me just find what I wanted to show you. Okay. So I wanted to just point out that there's a lot of life gain in this deck. So Speaker of the Heavens, you know that this can create 4/4 angel tokens with flying once you're up to 27 life or greater, and he's vigilant, so you can attack with him, then tap him and create a token, or you don't have to attack with him, of course. We have Soul Mender. One of these in here, you tap it, you gain a life. So lifelink on Speaker of the Heavens, lifelink on Archfiend's Vessel. Now, whenever you gain life, Hallowed Priest, put a 1/1 counter on Hallowed Priest. Just one of these in here. But even more impressive, really, is the Luminarch Aspirant. 2-drop, 1/1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the target creature you control. That means any creature. So you can build up Archfiend's Vessel and throw 1/1 counters on him and get him big. And then he dies, he comes back big as a flyer. Build up anything. Cleric of Life spawned or Orah are great targets as well. So we'll get to that. Before jumping into the next creatures, I want to just point out that Village Rites is such a powerful card. Okay, this, I've been playing around with a lot of mono black decks, and Village Rites has been in some of those, and this is such an amazing card. You know, you attack with something, then sack it, get 2 cards, then bring it back, whatever. You can sack it you can sack small things when you have Lurrus on the board and bring them right back, and so on and so forth. Just an amazing thing, because you draw 2 cards, okay? It's a 1-drop. It's also fabulous when an opponent is attacking you and going to destroy a creature, and you zoom in there and sack it before them, and you get to draw 2 cards. It's a real slap in the face. Okay, so back to the creatures. Then we have 2 Skyclave Clerics. These are nice because they gain you life, and you'll see why life gain is important in this deck. Obviously, you've seen quite a bit of lifelink in the way of creatures. They're small, so once there's big opponents, you don't want to be attacking with them, but Skyclave is just one more way to gain life. And here, speaking of which, is Cleric of Life's Bond. 2-drop. Don't mix it up with Dire Tactics. 2-drop, 1 black, 1 white. And whenever another cleric enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. But that's not enough here, folks. And this is only an uncommon card. This is such a huge value. A 2-drop, that's a 2/2 that has these attributes. So it gains you life whenever you bring a cleric on the board. As you know, we have tons of clerics, almost exclusively clerics in this deck, with the exception of Lurrus. And whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Cleric of Life's Bond. So this thing just grows and grows. It's fabulous. And guess what? He dies, you can bring him back with Lurrus. You can use Call of the Death Dweller to bring him back, and one of the 1/1s. I mean, can't beat it. Okay, then we have Taborax, and there's 3 of these in here, and he's a flyer, and he can grow. Taborax Hope's Demise has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Usually the game is over by then. I have not achieved that in my brief run. I think I've played this deck in its current incarnation about 6 times. I think I lost 1 game. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay? So you're going to be losing things. You're going to bring them back. Every time you lose it and this guy's on the board, you get a 1/1 counter on him. If that creature was a cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, lose a life. So more card draw here. So Village Rites and this, between those 2, pretty amazing card draw. And given that you're taking stuff from the graveyard, you really never have an empty hand with this deck. Almost never. Okay, we have 1 Vito in here. And if Vito comes on in the right moment, it's all over. There's no stopping it. You'll see that in one of the games. We had built up Orah, who has lifelink to an 8/8. And the opponent had 8. And I think he had the blockers. But I brought on Vito. And Guess what? They block him. We gain 8 life. Vito does 8 damage. So, yeah. So we have, I got ahead of myself there, though. So you know what Luris does. He's also a lifelink creature, which is great. And you can bump him up with other things. But Orah, let's take a closer look at Orah, because this is an amazing card. 4-drop. He is a rare card. He has lifelink, and he's a 3/3. It doesn't seem quite like the value of Cleric of Life Bond, but he is tremendous. When Orah or another field cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, you just get to scoop something from your graveyard and put it back on the battlefield. So yet another mechanism for keeping things on the battlefield. Okay, and this guy is going to grow in this deck. And I'll show you in the games how that works. It's amazing. So now another key card, and you'll see in a game or two of mine that to be able to make a token, and given that that token is human, as we explored earlier, it's just such a helpful card. You could run 2, but I don't want to slow this thing down. So we have 16, 5, 21 lands. Okay, so we just have some basic plains and swamps, 3 bright climb pathways, and 2 Scour Barrens, which gain you life, which can, at the right moment, really help in this deck. You have a Vito on, you have the Cleric of Life's Bond, puts a +1/+1 counter on him, that kind of stuff. So 2 slow lands, but they have an upside. And not to mention that I only have 3 bright climb pathways, but do what you will with the land. This seems to work great. So I hope you enjoy this deck. Please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. All right, decent hand here to start. Okay, we got the land we need here. Oh boy, bummer. Okay. Try again. Not sure what this deck is trying to do here. Perhaps a kill spell? No kill spell, okay. Alright, I think we're going to take the risk here and run Taborax. That's too bad. Okay, we've got the village rights open here. We'll utilize it. So we got a whole lot of kill spells here. 3 in a row. At least we got some card draw out of it. Okay, taking a big risk here, but we're going to toss up Loris. And we can bring on one of the Cleric of Life bond. Life bond. We'll need to remove Luris if they're able to. Okay. All right, here. I can load all kinds of things on the board, which is a little scary for me to just put everything on the board here. I think I'm just going to stop and not put Taborax on at this point. We'll get the big bump here so he can come in. Okay, good damage, good life gain. Yeah, I think we have Void Beckoner in our future here. I'm sure they must be pulling things from the graveyard. We do have Soul Shatter, and it is an instant, and we have it ready to go. Probably need it next turn. Oh boy, Extinction Event. Let's see what we got here. Okay, they're going to have to choose between odds and evens, so it won't be total loss. They'll probably go for odds to get rid of Luris, but that'll leave the dangerous. Oh, they go for even. We can bring them back. Oh, they're exiled. My bad there. Let's see what we got. Anything? We do have Taborax in graveyard. But can't pull that with Luris. So now we're exclusively odd, and we'll hope that they do not have excuse me, another Extinction Event. We certainly have plenty of mana to do lots of things and 3 cards in hand. Okay. Solemn Simulacrum. Cultivate, okay. All right, so I think we will clear the way here. They will get card draw out of it, which I'm not too thrilled about. Well, now if they take Luris, we can, we have another one in hand. We don't have anything to pull from the graveyard. With Luris, that is. Okay, Dire Tactics, so we got removal in hand, looking pretty good here. I'm hoping that we don't have Settle the Wreckage. And actually, I think what I'm going to do here is come in with these two, in case they do. Again, a waiting game, and we'll just come on in here. Let's go. Okay, good looking hand here, and I haven't tried climbing the ladder at all. Just been busy building decks and pumping them out, but figured I'd try this Clerics deck on the ladder. going to be putting out our fragile but valuable 1-drops right away here. Speaker will come out next. We will have village rights available next turn, so if one of them gets removed, we can beat them to it and get card draw out of it at least. Okay. With the Archfiend. So we do have, of course, 4 means of getting the Archfiend's Vessel back to return as a 5/5 flyer. And there's one of them right there, Luris. And I think I'm going to put up the Cleric here for land. Oh, I just put up land. We'll just set. Because I do want to have Extinction Event available. If we get close here, let's see, we'll be up to 25 next turn, gain 2. If we can clear shot at attack, which it looks like I will, then I will bring on the Cleric next turn because that'll push us to 27 and allow us to tap Speaker for a 4/4 Angel token. You do get card draw. We'll see what they got. They're looking for land. They do get a land, but it's slow, and it's going to allow us to get a real good jump here with the Angel token next turn. Okay, we get land as well, which is great. It's 25, and with the attack, we'll be at 27, and Speaker has Vigilance, which is just amazing. Here we go. So now they've got some work cut out for them. Hoping against a sweeper of some sort coming up. Good news is I can put Luris on and immediately bring back one of these 2 creatures. That would be the Vessel, which would be a flyer, a 5/5 flyer. So I could even proactively do that. And they've got 3 mana available. They didn't take any action here. Okay, they didn't have anything, so that's great. Nice victory. Okay, kind of a weird hand, not the best. We'll bring on Soul Mender, at least we can get a little life from that. I'm glad to see the second land. That means Taborax will be able to come out. Hoping they don't play another knight because I'm going to kill this one. No blocks. Okay, well he's not a knight, so this is not going to help them when I do the killing here. We'll just sit with that. Not sure that they'll come in with Alcet. He's too valuable. If they don't, then I can tap the Mender on their turn. They come in with it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and block. A little bit tricky there. Okay. Bring Taborax up. To have Extinction Event, and these creatures are both odd, unconverted mana cost. this is tough here. I'll get rid of Alcid. So he's unable to protect. And next turn I can take that creature out. Come in. Okay, now we're freed up for Extinction Event if they bring in another creature. They do not. Okay, I like that I have Laris. So I'm going to play the stunt with the Vessel. Use him as a blocker and bring him back as a demon. Okay, so I got to be careful here because I want to use only white mana here because I want the black to be able to bring him back. Okay, that's good. Hopefully we don't have removal for either of these items. If they are removed, yeah, here we go. I do have, we goes for Loris, okay. Okay. I think we'll see an attack this turn. But we will certainly remove that speaker. I do need a black mana. I do get it. That's perfect timing. Okay, I will bring up Taborax. And I will kill the speaker. I'm not going to attack just because I've got quite a deficit, so I'll come in next turn with Taborax if they're still around. If Taborax is removed, then I can run Extinction Event and get rid of their creature. Swimming upstream here with this deck in this game. Just the right removal for them so far. Okay. So that's even. Alright, so bring on the Vessel. Come in with the flyer. Okay, interesting. Coming in here, they must have something in hand. I'm going to have to block that. Yeah, Embercleave, that'll do it. They will lose it though. Okay. Odd and evens. Okay, we got the advantage here. So we're just going to have to go right ahead and use it. And now we can just come right on in, gain a life, and they lose 3. They do have Embercleave just sitting there though, so a little scary. So next turn we can, if nothing else, create a token. Okay, he's back. Alright, very interesting here. We'll come in with the flyer. And what I'll do is create the token, announce it as the blocker against their creature, and then use village rights to sacrifice it. This is the problem. We are going to take some damage here. Now they have trample. Okay. It's gonna hurt. But we can remove it. Yeah, that's bad. Alright. It is risky territory here to land. Hopefully no haste. It is possible, though. We cannot create a token. Okay, they have nothing, so let's see what we got here. Bring it up. Keeping this land in hand just to kind of keep them guessing. Okay, that's great news there. Slow recovery here. Okay. And here he comes. So that's going to be a 3/3 with double strike. And trample. So let's see. Well, we'll use both blockers, and we should live barely. He does not attack. Fascinating. Can we gain life? And we will be able to throw a creature on. I'm in with the flyer. I could have given him lifelink. That would have been a good call, but I'd like to create the token. Yep. Next turn I will give him lifelink if I'm around. Yeah, they can't make a mistake. They have to finish me off here. It's getting to be a little bit dangerous for them. He is coming, okay. They may have a pump spell. Okay. Hold on to the Archfiend, and we're going to see that gives us 6 blocking power, which is enough to take no damage. So all it's going to take is a +3 on there to win. I think we got to roll the dice here because we're in tough shape. Need to gain life this turn. Well, probably wasn't the best move, but we get a bump there. Okay, we got something, but not enough. Let's see. Can again create a token, but I don't think I'm going to make it through the turn. Guess I'll have to come in with Archfiend. Kind of disconcerting there with all that mana available to them here. That pumps up this guy. Okay, so I'm going to pass the turn. Here he comes. Create a token. I'm going to just try to get rid of him here. No risks. Both our big creatures down. Although he's going to get a bump is the problem. He arranged that in the wrong order. He should have killed Taborax first. So that's just great news for me. Huge net may spell victory right there. We still have our... Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll draw a card. Okay, so we certainly have the card advantage at this point. Bring on Orah. Bring on Luminarch. And we'll hold on to Village Rites. This has lifelink, so absolutely going to bump that up. Hope they can't remove Orah, because that is our ticket to victory here. Excellent, excellent, okay. Oh, another one. This is absolutely huge. They're going to have to remove Orah if there's any way they can do it. We can, of course, create a token as well. I'm going to go ahead and put the land up here. We have Village Rites available here, so this is going to be a 6/6. Major shift in the momentum of the game if he gets through. We will not come with the other one, just the lifelink here. There it is, 8/8. Pass the turn. Can create a token on the coming turn, on their turn. Okay. Okay. He does not have haste though, so not much good. That's an indication that they don't have anything else in hand. We're going to go ahead and do this. Ditch this and draw cards. Okay, we're in good shape here. Really good shape, okay. Lifelink, this is going to be the end of the game. With Vito coming on. That's it. The creature doesn't even need to do any damage, but his lifelink will bounce off Vito and kill them. Just come in with him. Good game. There it is. Sweet game there. Okay. Hold it off. Hold back from being in the hole. Okay, good looking hand here. I like it a lot. I don't want to bring Lyris on for the 3-drop, so we'll hope for something else there. But here we go. Bring out the Scoured Barrens first. Gain a life. I have that black. Doesn't slow us down at all, though. Okay, perhaps mono black up there, if it's true to card. Okay, here we go. Here's to hoping. He's on. Excellent. Okay, that's really good news all around. Can remove that. Would have been nice to get a 2-drop though. Might be looking at a little mill here. Or perhaps some rogues. Yet to see black mana. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're looking at some mill. So we're in pretty good shape here as we can bring on a 4-drop. It's fabulous. There's life gained, create a token. Alright. Bump up the Cleric of Life's bond. And now we're going to want to get Vito on right away. So we can be doing additional damage to them. Okay, they bring on their little flyer. Not of much consequence to me. Oof. Yikes. I think we gotta go for that because next turn it'll be ugly when Vito drops on the board. Okay, just an opt. They haven't been able to counter anything. I don't know what we're looking at here. Obviously they got the crab, but they're going to be forced to do some blocking very quickly. Very quickly. And we're going to come with all 3 of these creatures, and getting a little scary here for them. Some pretty rapid development here from the Clerics. Okay. And we will get a block, okay. So we'll just get 1 damage. It's going to go for the card draw, nice. Okay, good way to minimize the damage and maximize your ability to mill. If I can get Vito on though, I think it's going to be over. Okay, they're going for as much mill as they can, as fast as they can, which can work counter to their long-range goal here, but they do have a lot of problems. Okay, this is great. Well, it's not that great because, let's see what I got here. Looking for a 1-drop. Oh yeah, Speaker. I could bring on Speaker. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tap 3 white mana. Going to bring on Luris, and they may counter that. If they don't, then I bring on... okay, they do counter it. And what I can do here is bring on Archfiend, which will make us even more potent. Okay, we get both token and a bounce out of Cleric of Life Bond, and this is going to hurt. I have not made the attempt to bring in Vito yet. Didn't want it countered. Get some damage though. Okay. Only got 27 cards left, but I think that's plenty. Alright, they got another blocker, but it's getting to be a little bit problematic for them. Ooh, gee. Okay. Alright, interesting decision here. Yeah, we're going to give Vito a run because we can end the game here if he gets on. They do counter it. With a little mill to boot, so down to 21 cards. Everything comes in. They gotta go big here. Yeah, they preserved the crab, but they're gonna take a lot of damage here. Very wise use there of the Wind Robber. There's no stopping us next turn. I don't think they're going to be able to get rid of 17 cards. That's a good game. Did that with really lousy mana, didn't, just the one black. Yep. Weird.
That was actually so.
Okay, another cleric victory.